we just go? Can we just go? Figure out where we're going. Can we just
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you're new here, and today I have a very special video for you. I'm going to react to one of my old videos, which was my car essentials, 25 things you need in your first car. A lot of you happen to have liked that video. I figured it would be a great time to look back at that video that's almost 3 years old, see what things I still agree with things I possibly would change, and then the things I would add now that it's been a few years. So hopefully you'll find this video as valuable as that one, if not even more, and if you do, make sure to stick around and subscribe down below. I have the video actually download it to my phone, that way I can watch it on here. I'm going to skim past my intro and go ahead and screen record, that way you can watch it along with me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you're new here. In today's video, as you read in today's title and could probably tell from this background, we're going to be talking about a few car essentials that you probably want to have somewhere in your car, especially within your first. Wanted to pause and say a few things. First off, obviously no longer have that car, and second off, I still have those earrings, but one of them broke, so unfortunately I can't wear them anymore, but I loved those little golden star earrings. Car, I just wanted to share with you guys a few things that I think have been very beneficial for me commuting to and from home and college. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So I have a quick little list pulled up here on my phone of just about 25 or so car essentials, and we're just gonna hop and run right through all of them. Most of these are self-explanatory. A few of them in here might be a little bit new or unique to you, but hopefully by the end of this you will find at least a few great essentials that will be beneficial to you while you're spending so much time in your car, especially this summer. I know with road tripping and all of that, you definitely want to make sure that you have the right thing at your disposal when you're driving. Let's just get right on into it. So the first thing is to have hand sanitizer. This one, especially given the past year that we've had, things to help make sure that you're staying clean and healthy and just eliminating germs is a must. So hand sanitizer, always with me. I tend to have one right here in my car, always handy, especially whenever I'm like going through drive-thrus, or if I go into a store, you're touching the handle, you're touching your car, I just put a little bit on and get ready to go to my next destination. So hand sanitizer, car essential. Next is an umbrella. But with the hand sanitizer, while I still agree with it, make sure that you are very cautious when you're using it around the gas station. Obviously gasoline is flammable, so be cognizant of that. Umbrella, simple enough. I have one in my driver's seat. I'm actually sitting in my passenger seat at the current moment, so right over there, and it's usually handy because if it just randomly downpours like it does a lot of times in Clemson, you're not just stuck having to walk or run out into the rain. You have your umbrella ready to go. You can just keep one handy in your car. You can have one in your book bag. Make sure that you have an umbrella handy just so you won't get caught out in the rain unexpectedly. Up next is a car trash can or trash bag. This one goes without saying. You're probably eating in your car. Stuff just happens where you just need to have a trash can or trash bag. You can change out frequently. You can buy one off of Amazon. I've seen a ton of different videos where people have purchased them. Literally just take the grocery bag that you get your groceries in and just leave one of the bags in your car, and that way you can just put trash and random things you collect around your car right in your little trash bag and then just throw it out when needed. Up next is to have a car charger. This one, again, self-explanatory. You want to make sure that you are charging your phone, especially. This is like absolute must-have essential car charger, no debate on it, whether it's the one where you like plug into the cigarette lighter, or if it's one where you have like USB cords that you can plug in, or like an aux cord or something. You obviously need a car charger. So when you're going on long road trips, and for me, my car charger doubles as my CarPlay cord as well as the aux, all the different things. So having a charger is very essential for any type of traveling in my car. Up next is jumper cables. You won't need these hopefully often, but you definitely want to have them handy when the time does arise. So I tend to have my jumper cables back in my trunk, so that way I know where they are when needed. So jumper cables, go to your local automotive store if you don't have some, or even order some off of Amazon. I know they have a lot of cuter ones now. I just have like a basic pair and I'm good to go when the time arises. Next is to have one of those like sun shades, sun visor things that you put up in your windshield. That way it blocks out some of the sun and some of the heat. This is one of those things that I'm about to start using very, very soon because it's going to start getting warmer. Today happens to be an overcast, gloomy day, so I don't necessarily need it today, but in the next 2 to 3 weeks it will be in high use. Something I did especially a lot whenever I had my summer internship, when I would be parking my car out in the sun. I didn't want to deal with, especially with this car having a black leather interior. It gets very, very hot in this car in the summer, and so I just didn't want to have to deal with touching the hot leather and it just being overly hot in here. And so I found having that particular sunshade visor over my windshield throughout the day helped minimize some of that crazy heat that would get trapped in the car. Sunglasses, another one that I have here. Some cleaning wipes, so that way you can wipe off surfaces. It's a quick little way to tidy up your car. Up next for females, just having a little packet or like a little case. You keep some of your feminine products somewhere in your car, somewhere that it could still be discreet, but you know where it is. Another thing is a water bottle. That way, if I were to be stuck in traffic, I know I can just grab some and quench my thirst very quickly. Up next is some sandals, flip-flops, something that you can comfortably drive in. Napkins, forks, you can have within your center console. Car freshener. This changes the game. It helps keep your car so fresh, smells so much better, and I cannot recommend this enough. Up next after that is a... However, I did see the girl who had it explode in her face, so just be safe out there, y'all. Phone mount. I personally don't have one just because I don't really need it with the small compactness of my car setup. I know it really is very beneficial for people who are using navigation. Brief makeup intermission. Continuing on with our list, having a flashlight. This is something I honestly didn't think about when I first got my car, but is something you want to have. It's one of those things you just need to have, along with a first aid kit. Keep it in your trunk. Just one of those random things that are just good to have in your car. Up next is a trunk organizer. I don't need one of these because my trunk is relatively small, but if you have like an SUV, a crossover, or just a lot of things that you keep in your trunk, having an organizer helps. So now having a crossover, I do have little pockets in my trunk where I can put things. Like it's almost like a little built-in shelf thing, so I don't still necessarily need an organizer. But again, if you feel like that's something that would be beneficial to you and the amount of things you carry in your trunk, do as needed. It all stay compact. You can carry it out, clean it out very easily, and again, it keeps it all neat, organized, and tidy in your trunk area. Next is a ice scraper. So for me, living where I did the majority of my childhood, it didn't really snow or get like very icy in the morning to the point that I would need an ice scraper, but living in Clemson now does snow a little bit more in the winter time. I did discover that an ice scraper is something that was just beneficial for me to have on hand in my car, as well as just driving gloves. It's just more convenient just to have that. After that is just a jacket, just nice to have, some tissues, lip balm, facial wipe, deodorant, perfume, maybe some cosmetic stuff. And the last thing is a microfiber cloth. This is something, again, really quick and easy to just clean off and dust off surfaces of your car. So as you heard, those were all of my first car, any car essentials. Some things that I would add now that we're 3 years, removed from when I first made this list, when I first was thinking about these items or the things that I carry. Some of the things at the end I no longer do carry just because I think it's more so like you need them at a certain period of time. Maybe if you're cleaning up your car, like it's not something you need to carry around all the time, but they're still great things to have. So I still agree with the fact that they're on there. Some additional things that I would recommend is having a reflective vest. This is something I'm pretty sure you can probably order off of Amazon. You might be able to find it at an auto parts store, just in case you ever have to be on the side of the road for some reason or have to get out your car and there's a lot of cars passing by. Like if you're in a situation where it's getting dark, this would be great to have. Likewise, reflective cones. This one can be optional though, but definitely the best. You might actually find these items within like your car emergency kit if you buy one of those like expansive ones. Likewise, additional phone chargers. You don't want to just have one because sometimes, maybe it's just me, the cord no longer works, and that's the worst situation to be in, is when the cord no longer works, you don't have a backup or have additional ones that you can swap out. So have at least two. And lastly, a hair tie. I'm surprised I didn't mention this. A hair tie, maybe some bobby pins, but definitely a hair tie. Those are only a few things that I would recommend adding to this list that weren't there previously, but now I'm like, probably should have said that, or probably should have recommended that. So hopefully that again was helpful, hearing my thoughts, seeing what I still agree with, and then hearing these new additional items that I recommend. And if it did, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below. It really helps me out. It helps you also find more videos like this one. And until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye guys.